Hey guys, my name is aijalonwallace. I make videos about entrepreneurship, traveling, and of course, sometimes IT. And today I want to talk to you about some of the pros and cons of being a tech recruiter. Of course, you guys know my story. I've done recruitment in Australia and now I work for myself. I'm a full-time nomad recruiter. I travel around the world and work from my laptop. I also have a program and course where I teach recruiters how to start their own business and find their own clients and start working for themselves. So let's just jump straight into it. So becoming a tech recruiter is, very lucrative. Just starting off, the money is really good. In tech recruiting, at a minimum, you usually see fees within the 20, 25%, even 30% range for certain type of software engineer positions or IT positions in general. Often my niche was geospatial, and I would work on a lot of data scientists, machine learning, computer vision, 3D engineers, and geospatial engineer roles. Often the fees were in the 25% range. So my payouts as far as commission is usually around 25 to 30, sometimes 40K depending on the salary. Great thing about being a technical recruiter, the higher the salary, the higher your commission is going to be. Because we charge a fee based off of the candidate's salary. So if the candidate is making $100,000 and we charge the client 15%, we get 15 grand. We charge them 20%, we get $20,000. And most clients pay out usually within 30 days of the candidate starting. Okay. Now, con, which is probably how competitive the market is and how demanding the market is right now. Right now, it's a candidate's market, okay? And everybody's in demand. So, you're roughly, you can find the best candidate in the world and they could be going through 5 or 6 interviews and you're trying to win them over to take your job and work with you. And there are a lot of ways that you have to, go about that and strategy and just making sure you're asking the right questions. But it could be a con because it's so competitive. And then, if someone's working with you and interviewing at 3 or 5 other companies, you have to ask them what's going to make them choose you. Now, what if your budget is lower than the other jobs that they're interviewing for? What if you only have 150 on your budget and their competitors are offering 180 or 200K plus a commission, and stock option? So that could be the challenge of, working, in the IT world, within the IT space. The great thing as well about being a technical recruiter, you have so many niches to pick, and a lot of niches are in demand, like mobile developers, iOS developers, Android developers, React Native. You also have, front-end engineers, back-end engineers, full-stack developers. You have, of course, in your AI, machine learning engineers, AI engineers, data engineers. There's so many roles and so many niches for you to pick. Often when tech recruiters join a lot of recruitment agencies, everyone is specializing in a niche. Everyone has a specialty and a niche that they're focusing on. But if you jump into the IT department, there's still probably an area that's not being focused on. One area that I would highly advise tech recruiters who are just getting into the game, if you're like, what niche do I pick? I would highly advise you to pick blockchain or crypto, because that is an industry that is just about to kaboom. It is not enough, blockchain developers right now. I think that's going to be the next big thing next to cybersecurity, and AI and machine learning things. But anything with Python is going to be in demand over the next couple of years, okay? The great thing about being a technical recruiter as well, it's really good and lucrative on the agency and the in-house side. I've seen tech recruiters at Facebook and Google or Uber, get paid anywhere. I've known a few people who are making as much as 150K and more just working in-house. But even from an agency side, some tech recruiters I know makes a little over 300,000 to $500,000, depending on their situation. There are some millionaire tech recruiters out there as well. I've known a few. So you can make a lot of money, or you can make however much you want in this industry because the demand is so popular. Location is key as well. So I guess it's a con and a pro, but if you are working the popular locations like the Cali, the New York, the just areas that are really hot and in demand, you're going to see a lot of competitions. And of course, I teach this in my program about making sure you're choosing the right locations when you are working in this industry. Of course, it's really in demand. Now, I guess, with the tech industry and when you are, working with certain clients, some things are just out of your control, okay? We cannot control everything, especially once we get a candidate the job. That is why culture is very important in this field and in this industry. So if you are working in the IT space as a tech recruiter, it is very important that you believe in a company culture and that you like the client. And also just making sure the client knows what they want. So often in tech recruitment, when you are working a job, sometimes you are forced to work with HR first, and then HR relays the resumes over to the hiring managers. A lot of HR people, human resource or talent acquisitions, whatever you call them, they do not specialize in IT. So I remember one time, one of my colleagues, she was working on a IT position, and she asked the human resource person, what languages are you looking for? And the human resource person said, English. I was like, what? This is an IT role. What are you looking for? She said English. Like Python, Java, C++. What are you looking for? So you will run into situations sometimes where you have to dumb down the resume or dumb down the way you're communicating to human resource and talent acquisitions, because sometimes they don't know their stuff or it's not a part of their job, and we cannot be upset with that. Sometimes hiring managers don't know what they're looking for. And as a tech recruiter, if you ever get in a situation where you don't have a clear job description, or a hiring manager is constantly changing a job description or making changes while you're going through, while you're sending over candidates, walk away from the job. The more time you waste, the more money you're going to lose. So you have to know when to walk away from a certain job and if it's going to be beneficial for you as well. Being a tech recruiter is also amazing because sometimes, depending on what you're specializing in, like for example, UX and UI, I think falls within the realms of tech recruiting. I love working with UX and UI developers because I'm able to see their awesome work, some of the cool apps that they design, and I can say, hey, I was a part of that startup company that just won 20 million venture capital. That was because of me finding them, the UX person, to create that app. You are really helping people as well at the end of the day. And it feels good that you're able to help someone feed their family or give someone an extra 50K or 100K raise. There's been so many junior developers that I put on six figures in my job and my career. It feels awesome. Sometimes it's not just about the money, but it's just like, hey, I'm genuinely helping people and I feel good about what I do at the end of the day. I love being a tech recruiter as well because it makes you sound smart. It does. And you don't have to be a specialist in tech, but it just comes off as a smart job. Whoa, what do you do? I'm a tech recruiter, so about all these languages. You're able to talk about a lot of things that a lot of people are not well adjusted to or know about. You're also able to talk about cool projects and cool companies that you work with. When I'm out at dinners or in meetings, I'm able to talk about some of the AI or, robotics or drone companies that I'm working with, which is awesome and so amazing at the end of the day. Being a tech recruiter as well just opens up a lot of opportunities for networking. If you're really good, the demand of your presence it's just gonna, skyrocket. And when you're a well-known, like when you're a really good tech recruiter, your name travels around cities and locations and referrals. People like to refer you because people like working with people who knows their stuff and people who get the job done. This is an industry that's going to be lucrative forever. And I think that the demand is only going to rise. I think fees are going to rise with the demand of so many type of jobs. They're going to come out over the next field or the future. But also the great thing about being a recruiter is ultimately is that you're an entrepreneur. Okay, it doesn't matter if you work for an agency, if you work for yourself, you operate as an entrepreneur. You're given a desk, you have to get your own clients, you have to find your own candidates. You got to get out there and hustle. No one's going to be over your shoulder to try to make sure you're making it happen for yourself. And like I say, the sky is the limit. No matter what your commission structure is, the sky is the limit. And it's up to you on how much money you want to make when you are working these IT roles. But the demand is high, and you just got to get out here and make it happen for yourself. Listen, there's so many more pros and cons. I'm going to start making more videos like this. But if you're thinking about getting into tech recruitment, or you are a tech recruiter, possibly you're working for an agency or you're looking to work for yourself, please check out the links below where I do offer a free masterclass, the free training. But like I said, right now, being a tech recruiter is one of the most in-demand jobs and most lucrative jobs, guaranteed six-figure job that you can have. And of course, working from your laptop, who cannot beat it, while helping people get jobs and working on cool IT projects. It's just, it's a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity at the end of the day. So look, like this channel, subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos like this. Can't wait to see you guys soon.